think we're up again. Nothing like just imploded or anything, which is good. So I think we're good. No, not that. I don't want. Yeah. Wait. What was it? It was Control T R H G. What the fuck was it again? V W. Nope. How the hell did you find shit in the terminal again? Oh no! So I need to. This goodie. I need to run the script. It was R. Letting it down. Okay. I think we're up again. I can think a lot of things, but only time will tell, I guess. Okay. Now I also need to really quickly find that one again. It was, what was it called again? Um, some point I'm going to fucking sound like a broken record because I need to clean up in all this. That, but that was Aseprite. Nope. It was. I also need to launch you. Anyways, um, it was called. What was it called? It was called Libra. Yeah, found it. And Spreadsheet is back. Yes. Alright. Taking the message. Goodie. I would also like to have the. No, wait. Here. Yeah. Because else I can't do shit. Let's just throw it like right around here for now. Oh. But also still, this is only like 3. I could do something smart, but I'm not going to do it. Okay, other one right there. And all of these. Why can't you like rotate cleanly? Thank you. Not right up into that. Yes. Let's try to make some kind of color. How about this? That fucking looks like piss. This half depressing like yellow orange color, I guess. Like that's the best shot that we got pretty much. Let's see if it, yeah, it does actually. Maybe if I actually also do export. Yeah, export. Why do you want to export a stat? I want you to export as one of these. Yes. Six. Yeah, we're not going to be doing any bi-directional there. Yes. Though here it is a little bit more transparent, but fuck it. Technically, I could also have just like said that one of these two could be rotatable, and that could also have done it. Want this one, thank you very much. Let's see, what will that then do? Next, good morning. Absolutely nothing, because we haven't done any rules for it. So yeah, here public string rotate to which in this case nothing here. But then for these ones, for example, it will have to be solid relative to solid collision, relative to gravity fields, horizontal gravity fields, and that one. And this one will be relevant to, relative to those two. Actually, yeah, vertical, I'm not going to be. if I, for example, make 2 stops up here, then they're pointing that direction. What is that direction? That's the default direction. Why the fuck are you pointing in the default direction? Because I haven't actually implemented. For fuck's sake, good morning. Row A2, just because. Rotate 2, rotate 2, rotate 2, rotate 2. Next. Hmm. There are 2 stops there. And then 2 stops here. It definitely like rotates, as we can see. It just doesn't do it correctly. Tile data equals to that. There. Relative. The relative tile data. Just so I don't have to export a whole bunch of symbols. Now I get to define the rules. What happens if we actually like do this? Everything breaks, okay. But why? It's because this one got the fucking thing here. Don't fucking say that's because of that. Okay, no, got you. Oh wait, so it's not because that it got that, but it's because that I don't fucking set it. So instead of outputting all of this, then we can just quickly make a copy of it. And actually also we could also just do that. It's actually also a pretty good idea. No, because this will then make a whole new copy, which won't work. X, Y. Tile index. Collisions, we don't know anything about those. By default it's none. Can rotates no, and relative to nothing. The rest will then be set in here. Maybe except for the tile index. There. Okay. Down. Okay. Yeah, so it definitely rotates accordance to something. In accordance to something. Actually, two things. Was that one actually correct? Yeah, this one over here is correct. Alright. So how should I make this data? Actually, so let me actually make this into its own file. Just because. How should I make the rotation data? Tile. Save. Rotation data. Yeah. Tile rotation data. In degrees. And then an X tile offset. And of course the same with a Y tile offset. Public rotation data. This should just be it. Rotation data. Now I do believe. Could you append? Yes. You can append to an array. Tile data. Rotation data. Append. Actually, I should probably 2 seconds. If I make a dictionary, then I can make int. Then I can make an int there. A new dictionary right here. Which then means, first of all, then I want to add. And then we can then make constants. So rotation data down. Or maybe actually we'll do top first. We're doing top first. The top, down, right, and left. There, 1, 2, 3. Then down here. We can then say, for example, for the rotation data up. So if we are trying to match for the thing that's going up, then we wanna rotate 150 degrees and wanna have two and wanna have an offset on each side of positive. Then on the right, we want a 207 and only an offset on the y, positive again. And then on left, we want to have a 9 degree and positive and 0 here. Down we don't need because that is the default, if I'm not fully mistaken. Yeah, that is default. Down is default. Right here. I want to do that, but okay. Then in here, data, rotation data. Here we can actually do something pretty funny. Not funny, but yeah. Here we can do something pretty good, I guess you can call it. Yeah, if we have a degrees here, set that to 0, have an offset x, and of course an offset y, then when we get into here, then if we then say level theta, and for this one is top at least. The tile yeah, I have all of these in the assembly behind. Tile rotation data. Actually, we could even also just do this. This will then pass it all down here. They'll then take and then say rotation data, offset there, with that, and it was the other way around, but yeah. Point still stands. And this one is apparently null. So we'll actually make it null. Or at least make it... Instead of making it null, we'll make it be 0, 0, 0. The rotation data down. Rotation data right. And rotation data left. Delete, delete, delete. Delete all this. Then, in here, that comes the interesting part. If I can, on the top of my head, diagnose what I need to do. And I can already tell, no, I can't. Let's just set the like right one to 60F, I think. Something went wrong. In there, draw internal. In here. Never went through because I actually, instead of doing it like this, we can just do it like this. I don't want this, but okay. Then I'm gonna say level data down tile rotation data dot default zero zero zero. Up was the next one, right and left. Okay, so by default everything will be set to 0. And which one did I actually change upon? I changed upon right if it was on the right. It wasn't too bad, to be honest. Okay, so at least we need to say that you need to have an offset right there. And precisely for right, we don't actually need anything. Right there, and what the hell is happening there? Why are they merged together? What if I just don't? Yeah, now it goes out. On the leftmost one, then we want to do this and then 1. And apparently also this one. Yes. Down and top both need that. Down, both of them needs to be shifted 1 to the right, like this. And actually top needs to be 270, I think it was. Isn't that correct? Yes. But now it needs to be like this, squishy. Yes. So now you can see how they all work. Now we just actually need to implement them. Let's do this one first. And we are like rolling. Then we'll just immediately set everything as if we like, just so that we just exit out of there. So here that you can see that it just stops you from like going up anymore. Normally, right here, you would hit the wall and die. But because of that, I can actually then add in a small little thing here. First of all, just to check, just to do a skill check if they actually has done shit, done their homework. And then over here if they haven't. What also actually could be funny if I actually like made these ones be under here. So you would have to go under here, be launched up, get a bunch of momentum right there from the start. Just get launched up, hit that, and go over. From here then, we can then take some verticals and utilize these new stops here to just guide pretty much. Pretty much what I'm trying to do is to, so level 2 is pretty much just the general like gravity field. That's the general gravity field. It yeah, it serves a purpose to teach you what the gravity field is, what you could do, what happens when you hit a wall and whatnot. Yeah, actually, let me just move this whole thing and just don't add stoppers. Yeah, so okay, so that was the first one. Now, if the collision is verticals and we can control gravity, then I don't care what it is. But if I see that rig having an, if I see the velocities x being over 0, then goddamn fucking resetting it. I should just, if it's not 0 in general. The rest are actually also or is not 0. Okay, like this. Next. Nope, okay. I actually think this one has 2 modes. There's one for to enter into, like, get gravity control. Okay, 2 things. Enter. Yeah, so enter gravity. Which is where all of this then will happen. Just so we can actually simplify the function a bit. So yeah, if it's V, if we are coming over in a V and we cannot control, then we need to actually enter. And yeah, just like this. I'm gonna do a fuck ton of hand holding right here because it's a brand new feature. Okay, yes, Squishy, it worked. There, you can see you can only go up or down. You cannot, and even left or right, you can't even do, damn it. Actually, this one we can actually just like do. So, and we can't check the tile data there. Then we need to say restrict to Y, and here restrict to only X. And restrict X here. Same here. And here, restrict Y, restrict to Y. So if it's only a G, and yeah, can control gravity is off. Yeah, then to X true, restrict to Y true, meaning that you can move wherever you want. Here, we don't want to move on X, we want to only move on Y. X H, I do believe it was. Yeah, that's the opposite. Yes, Gucci. And of course, stop just exits. Yeah, for example, yeah, these others here will not be doing those. Okay. Actually, we could also really quickly make this like, make it like this. Just so you're actually forced into that. Or, if you really want to be stupid, then do that. But actually, what happens if I actually make it kind of like this? What if I do it right up against the wall? Then I still get killed. Okay. There are limitations. Let's actually make a new column over here. Just because. Yeah, you pretty much have no choice than to do what I want you to do, pretty much. Yeah, grab onto that. Okay. Pretty much, if you touch any walls, then you're dead. Wait, what? How much hidden velocity do I now have? What? Okay, let's reset the reset counter, I guess, when we enter a new gravitational zone. No, wait, what? The thing is, how did I set up this one? If restrict Y was on, um, then we want to velocity equals 0. That just absolutely zero it out. But the gravity and not restrict X, because then we can do this. Then we can do a, then we can make a move command. make the movement vector 2 dot. Actually, let's just make it 0. Okay. And I hit it right now. I can't do anything, damn it. I don't even have an, yeah, I don't even have a exit gravity yet. Damn. Alright. I think this is exit gravity. But just in case if it's not, I will be using this. Right down. Okay. Next levels. Okay. So yeah, you can see that we can't really go any further from there. Well, Jesus cheats, of course. Wait a minute, 2 things. What happens if I do something like this? I'm just stuck. Actually, maybe this could actually be a pretty fun way. I'll have to think about that for the full game maybe, but then you need to jump to be able to reach that. Let's just make 2 air gaps, I guess. Again, you can't see it from here. Oh, just precisely. Yeah, because if you go back here, actually, let's just make it a little bit fun. Let's do this. So now if you go back again, and you can see it right here, right? You can see it right here. If you go back, and if you go over there, you'll die. You go over here, you'll see if you go over there, you'll die. And if you accidentally go back here, you'll die. I am evil. Ich bin evil. There and there. And again, yeah, you can't really do that much. Maybe I'll make some harder levels at some point to where you need to do things like, I don't know if this actually is possible. Where you need to do things like That didn't work. Reset again. I need to do things like that to be able to get out. Maybe? I don't know. Okay. I think that was enough level design for the day. How many days do I have again? Oh shit, my phone. My voice just corrected there. Damn. How much did I have? I have 2 more days. Tomorrow I am, let me see. Yeah, tomorrow I'm fully free. That then leaves Saturday, where I have allocated where I am thinking of doing a 12-hour stream. Hopefully. In some way, shape, or form. But yeah. Okay. So I don't want to show level 2. I want this to come to the player and not like be taught by UI elements. Like the only thing that we pretty much then can do is to make things like this, make transitions. Like just that's polish. Like that's just polish. I still need to make the launchpad. The launchpad was P. P. We can not control the gravity. Actually, yeah, if we can, we want to exit out of there, right down. Actually, we want to get the tiles normal. Which, how can we do that? How can we get the tiles normal? Like the normal pretty much only like just changes if, oh no, so by the way, if any of you don't know what a normal vector is, a normal vector is what you can use to find where what the object is pointing to. It's mainly used in textures. Wait, so since I have texture. No, there's sprites. I can't use normals there. So normally, just by normal, normally it will be 1 0. But with rotation data, it will be changed. So yeah, if it's from the top, then it will be, then the normal will be -1. Yeah, from the top and down, from the bottom and up, from the right to -1, I do believe. and then from the left, and then plus 1. And also it shouldn't be that, it should be that. Pointing up. Rigid body velocity equals to the tiles data equals to tile data the normal vector. Again, normally the normal vector is new vector 2 0 1. Actually, is it 0 minus 1? It's 0 minus 1. Minus 1 means that we are going, yeah, it's going up. Equals to that normal. Right down. Let's see. Crash, okay. Enter a pad with that as the normal. Minus 1. I don't think it was minus 1. I think it's 1. Yes, Gucci. Times 5 or something like that. Then we need an exploding force. Add this force. Okay. If I remove this, maybe we do again minus 1? Question mark? Yes, Gucci. And 1000. Okay, this is actually really fun. Dunk, 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 dunk. Boom. Alright, to be a little bit more aligned. I love this. I love this. Doing. What about like things? What about like yeah? How will this look? Just get in. Ah, damn it. Okay, I think there's something wrong with the normals. Alright, so if I say stand down? Question mark. Like you should be on top of it. On add. No. Okay. What if we didn't do this? Yeah, nope. Huh? Got brought out of this world. Wait, how will this look? That just doesn't look good. At all. Oh, we can actually change it. If any of these tile sets here, the value equals to tile index, and it's the same as this one's tile index, then I think I want to say that this tile index needs to be 0. And why that? That is because then I can hide the ugly shit. Down and up. Now I know that that will... Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Let's make a hidden tile. Actually. let's make a hidden tile. Right? It won't be able to do anything. Pretty much its only purpose is I was just about to say be cannon fodder, but like yeah, no. Yeah, so this is also now a solid without the sprite. Now, oh, wait, what? Two things. There's still collision? How? Level data collision data. Right, yeah, doesn't actually everything have the same collision data now? Collision data. None by default. Exits has their own thing. Starting point. This is then a solid. Lava is not a solid. The pad is a non. Gravity fields are all non-solids. This one, the collision is none. In theory. Like, why the fuck is it like doing that? Oh, because we're checking on if it is. No. When we're checking for that. Boom. Oh, just hit it correctly and then you get that. Boing, boing, boing. Up, over. Boing, boing, boing. Okay, maybe 10,000 wasn't a good idea. Maybe 30. Yeah, so that still works. But going and also holy shit. Normals are a little bit fuggy here. Why are normals so fucked here? Should I flip him? Boing. Boing, 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 boing. Oh. It looks like everything just like has the default normal vector. Okay. Yeah, because I know for a fact that yeah, pads are rotatable. They are none, and yeah, I don't know. But like I also collide with two at the same time actually. Oh no. Boing. I love that. Right, yeah, there was this one. Wait, what's this? 2 seconds. Oh shit, I just realized something. The player keeps momentum on death. Oh, that's actually pretty funny. Up. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty funny. So maybe I want to do some trolling over in this direction over here. Because I have added new features. Now, we can go under. But I haven't actually tested it, so let's see how this goes. Next. Yeah, the player keeps fucking momentum on death. Okay, I can use the logic that says that they can only be oh no. Just down. Okay, let's actually make some platforms in some way, shape, or form here. So platforms will behave like any other thing. Except for that you need to actually make an input. Platform is like you actually need to make an input to be able to go down. But else it has normal like things. Near normal things, I should probably say. Now, how should we add that? Actually, one thing that we could do is to just add it to the solids. Or actually, we could add it to... We could make it a temporary thing. Okay, so... If all of this, but just with platforms instead, then wanna have an identifier here saying is platform is false over here and true over here. And over here you can say this is definitely not a platform, this definitely is a platform, and this is not. Okay. So yeah, I haven't. What the fuck just happened there? Okay, input does work, but wait, what? 2 seconds. Yeah, there's nothing there. Let's look at this. Start it. There it is. And there. It's running. It's running. It's running. But the fucking runtime just dies. Oh, why are you so much in hate of just some like of platforms? Like, do you want it to be a fucking a solid? Yeah, it just like this is less than 1 frame a second. And so you can see shit is happening in there, but like why is this happening? Okay, if I were to change this to just solids, just absolute solid blocks, it's collision. There is so much fucking collision here. And I think that's why. Yeah. Take a look at that. And now Spring is a fucking collision data is off. Huh? Collision data is extremely off. Let's debug. Debug. Yes. We don't want to do that. And tile map. Then we also want to go under here. Go under here. Then say debug rect. Default green color. There's apparently collision here. There's no collision there. Things have just been like offset. Why? Did I lose a count or something? Yeah, I said before, everything's just in like offset. by a bit. Like, if I remove this extension down here, it's also wrong in here. And that's by a lot. What about here? Yeah. What the hell is happening to my collision data? Oh. Hmm. Yeah, so it's because that we are... Yeah, it's because of this. I will... Yes, it is. Squishy. Okay. So if length... Okay, so if it is a platform, then we'll like just end it. We won't be continuing, but we'll be checking or equals to a platform. That should fix it. Yes, that does fix it. Is this down here a platform? Yes, squishy. So now right here, we should see it's like just stopping for a moment. No. That's because that this isn't a platform. These are those. Alright, let's just try with all of it. Okay. Still does not... And also, is collision data even... Oh yeah, collision data is real. It's just the drawing that is offset. Yeah, so in theory... Okay, so now... So if it is... So if the player is on there, we can say on platform. Yeah, because it's checking what's up here. Hmm. We need to also be able to check what is under. So that means y minus 1. Under the player tile data kind of thing here. Yeah. Under player tile data here. Under player. I don't think that that was the correct direction. +1? Question mark? Yes, so now we have yeah. Okay, so now we are only checking what's exactly under the player. Okay. So when we are under on a platform, then we should and I should probably also check that key rest keys S. Then we need to tell the tile map to disable those colliders. Disable that collider region pretty much, actually. Okay, I have to think about that. But until then, I think I will be closing for the day. Again, to the uninitiated, I will either do a 12-hour or at least a long stream here tomorrow. Drop my phone. Either here tomorrow or Saturday. Pretty much the final push, pretty much. But yeah, until then, thank you all so much for watching. And may you all have a test day. And I will see you all next time. Hopefully with a working camera this time. Have a great day, night, or even evening if you're there. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.